Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We are back in Evospace. Last episode, what did we do? We started automating the production of some building blocks. We've got these stone tiles automated, although it's a little weak. Might actually ramp that one up. And we've got our bricks automated as well. I did not expand that floor yet. Haven't had time to do it. I need more steel. For our belts, since we've been going with steel belts in this factory, or steel everything pretty much in this factory. But we're going to let this thing run for a bit. We still need to do kind of similar production for the dark bricks and the red bricks, and maybe even glass production and cement production, but I'm going to put that off because I want to work on the copper factory. We need to process the ore a lot more thoroughly than we've been doing. So let's hop in here. Between episodes, I did throw some more steel motors on our first row of copper miners here. So we're getting a bit more going up. And we've got 3 more rows that we could scale up and make use of as well. But we'll start with just this one belt of copper. Let's hit up. And this is where we were doing our smelting. All of this is going to change dramatically. So we did have the ore coming in, and then we had some steel furnaces, electric furnaces providing heat to just some copper smelters. And that's basically it. Power comes in, powers the heaters. We smelt the copper ore and it ends up on this belt, goes down. And right now we're only using that to make circuits. But this all is going to change. I'll show you why. If let's see, right click on this guy and we go into the recipes. We're kind of just doing this step down here. Copper ore into copper ingots. We want to move to this stuff up top here. So if we take copper ore and run it through an automatic hammer, we'll probably stick with copper tier just because I don't have that much steel yet. That's going to get us impure gravel and a 50% chance at a second impure gravel. Impure gravel, we can do a few things with. We're probably going to do this one. We wash it with water in a steel ore washer. We're going to get copper ore gravel instead of the impure. Copper ore gravel. We'll get a little bit of gold dust. That's kind of what I'm after. And then we're going to get this ore water. The gold dust we're going to save. We might, yeah, we're probably just going to save that as is and process it later. The ore water we can make use of as well. Later on, we can turn this into clay, make terracotta tiles. We can turn, let's just go down the path for the heck of it. Ore water into clay. Way later on, we can filter it and get uranium. We can get some other stuff. I don't know why we would do this since we have aluminum mines and uranium mines, so we probably won't bother with that. We can dump this ore water if we have more than we want, but we'll probably do this top layer in a different factory, convert the ore water into clay. Once we have clay, we can make terracotta. From terracotta, we can make terracotta tiles, and from terracotta tiles, we can make terracotta bricks. So that's a path towards more building materials and more options for building. But maybe more compelling is down here. We can run that clay through an electrolyzer. That'll get us sand, which we can do a bunch of stuff with, turn it into glass. There's other things we can do with that. And this is going to get us aluminum oxide dust and sodium dust. Aluminum oxide dust, I imagine we can get from mining. Sodium dust, I'm not sure. But that'll all be processing in some other plant. Again, we get that clay from the ore water. I hit the back button. And running it through a chemical reactor. So we're going to we're going to crush it. Then we're going to wash it. Then we're going to end up with copper ore gravel. And then from here, we could smelt it directly. We don't have the aluminum tier, so we don't have an option to sift it. Later on, once we get to aluminum, that's many episodes away probably. We could sift it and get out some more resources, this malachite, crystal, and clusters, but that's way far away from now. But we can macerate it. That'll get us impure ore dust and a chance to get more, so that'll potentially increase our yield. And then with this impure ore dust, we can smelt it, and we'll probably use an arc smelter and turn this into copper ingots. Way on down the road, we can take that copper impure ore dust and mix it with mercury and get gold. That's kind of awesome. It's basically turning copper into gold. But that's probably a ways before we get to doing that. We can also get gold by running it through an aluminum industrial separator. Unfortunately, that's aluminum tier. We're going to be a while before we can even investigate those. So we're stuck up here. We can either smelt it or we can run it through a steel separator. That'll take it from being impure ore dust to just copper dust. And with copper dust, we can make copper blocks. I guess I could use that as a building material. There's nothing else to do. That's kind of where the end of that production chain goes. But that might be worth doing, having copper blocks just to do it. And then we can still smelt it into bars. Now, there's no reason to run it through a separator, as far as I can tell, unless you're going to specifically use that copper dust for making the copper blocks, right? Because it's just an extra step. I don't think it smelts any easier. Copper dust, 200 watts in a stone smelter. Let's see what the previous is. The impure, yeah, 200 watts. So yeah, the only reason to run through a separator in this case, I think, would be if we wanted to make those copper blocks. And we probably do, but that's probably low bandwidth. Now, we'll probably send a little bit into one steel separator to make and then make those blocks. But for the most part, at this stage, we'll just be running this impure ore dust through an arc smelter, get our copper ingots, and that will be it, kind of, for this factory. Later, we'll come and do these other steps. So let's go back to the beginning of that chain. Oh, man. We got to crush it. Crush it. And then wash it. Crush it and then wash it. We're going to get byproducts to deal with. I'll have to think about this. Crush it, wash it. Yeah, and then we're going to have to get clever on the outputs. Managing 3 different outputs out of this thing. Let's start. Let's start somehow. I'm going to pull all this up. Because we're not going to be using any of this. I might go with copper belts for this factory initially. All right, so let's, one more little hole to patch. Now we got a clean floor here to plan things out. I'm off the wall, which is nice. So let's see, we gonna wash it? What do we want to do? How do we want to do this? Let's grab the crusher first, right? The hammer. Back a bit. Need to crush it. And then I'm guessing we need inserters for this. I can't remember. Let's play and see. I don't think this guy will work without inserters. And we need a motor on you. So I'm going to drop a piece of wire down. Try to. And do I have some more engines? I only have 4 left. Maybe I can make some of those. I got a little tiny bit of steel on me. Let's make 4 more of those. Just get them queued up so we have them. And I want to power this so we can kind of experiment as we build. Oh, let's see. I'm going to have to pick wire from down here. Boom. Looks like that's going to want to be fed from an inserter. Let's do it. I've got some copper on me. I think I have more inserters in storage down there. I'll make just a few here. Oh man, that's slow. Let's see. Consumption. How can I tell how much I'm getting? 11 seconds, huh? 1 every 11 seconds. What's the next step? Next step is going to be the washer. That's this. Oh man, it's kind of big. Kind of big. Let's see. What about ripping this up? Boom, boom. Let's put the ore washer right next to it. Boink. Just gonna sneak in here and do my wiring. We're gonna need to get this guy water too. Oh, I didn't even have to come over like that. You can go. And actually, I did not need you, so pick those up. This guy hooked on. You're gonna want water, right? Where does the water go in? Do I have to pump it? Consumes kinetic energy, extracts additional resources from ore. Is that it? Can't be. Ore washer. Yeah, with water. In an ore washer. Water can be transported, can be injected with pumps. So we need water coming in with a pump. How many do we know what the rate is? The rate of production on this guy. 6.5 seconds. 6.5 seconds. So is it like a 2-to-1? That's 11 seconds. Yeah, so maybe 2 of these feeding into that. In which case, let's change this up a little bit. Wire this guy here. Ore washer up here. Motor or engine. And I did that because I'm thinking I can have another belt mirror image of this guy somehow. Feeding in there. Water. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. Water. How do we get water into this thing? And I kind of know the answer being, we need to pump. I'm just wondering where to put that pump. Let's get a few more of these made while I'm thinking about it. Trying to think how we can lay this out to kind of take advantage of the space a little bit better. And I'm thinking of considering putting water in on this side with a pump. But I need to leave room for this guy and his motor because I want another one over here. Could mirror image it, but it's going to look a little different. Let's see what that looked like. Copy you. Do you like that. And then the pump would come into the side. This guy. That. Right, water pipe comes up here somehow. Or feeds down from the ceiling and comes down. That'd be better from underneath if we could do that. This would be the motor. Let's try it. Again, we're kind of sketching this in. This may change. Just thinking. Kind of don't want to interfere with these. I think these are going to go up to another floor. Could put a splitter right here, actually. If that's the case, what about this and then our splitter here? That. You come down and kind of run the gauntlet, and all the production lines feed off of this thing. Let's wire up that guy. And we need pipes that are not going to get in the way of the wires, hopefully. Pipe. Building it everywhere where I don't want it. And so we got to find a way to get water up here reasonably. And there's water right there in the middle. We've got a lot of space, so we can stack pipes on top of this power if we need to. Let's run power first. You over to there. Then water. Yes, it makes sense. I don't know, maybe to come up from underground here. Let's go down till we hit water and bring it up. Up the wall. We could bring it up on one of these pillars even. It's getting a little crowded. Water. Water. Let's bring it up here for the heck of it. So if we come down this way, boom. There's water. We need another pump there. Up. Whoops, wrong mouse button. Kinda like this somewhere, buddy. That's probably not it. Let's get a pipe going. And we can snap it to the pipe. Wouldn't mind having it look a little deeper. So let's go with that. That copper ore. Disoriented. Up direction. Okay. Believe that's hooked up. Believe I'm wrong. Do it. Now it's hooked up. So that's water. I don't think I have a way out of here yet. I didn't put in stairs yet on this building. Oh man. Let's do that quickly. Is there a place I can kind of pop up? Nope, that's underneath a mining drill. Or a mining rig, I should say. Where can I get up here, fellas? That looks reasonable. For now, we'll just use blocks. And we'll make stairs later. I just need a way to get up. Alright. Water is here, so let's run that up. I'm going to poke a hole there, because we're probably going to have to keep going up with this water. Pipes. That's all fine. And then water, we're going to try and connect up to you, buddy, if I can. This did not seem to build. There it goes. Okay, that's hooked up. Got to get over here a little closer. Okay, that should have water. Let's go get that hooked up, or that should be hooked up now to the ore washer too, right? Ore washer is doing its thing. Scaling this is going to be tricky because that water pipe needs to go. Keep coming through here. We'll see. Yeah, I got a bunch of room. How am I going to do this? May branch out this way and come across. Anyway, we'll figure it out. So you've got a few outputs for me. Gold, potentially. Copper, ore gravel, always, and ore water, always. Ore water. Ore water. I'm thinking we're going to process in a factory that's way out that way somewhere. So for now, how do I get that out? Do I need another pump? That I do. Let's figure that out. Pump, 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 pump. Come out, out, and then we'll go up with this. And for now, we're just going to, for now, I just want to move this out of my way. We can test the production line. Later on, we're going to process it, but I think I have a fluid dump. We can just dump this off into steel fluid dump. Oh man, this is bigger than I was hoping for, but that's all right. Just kind of temporary for now. Kind of like it lined up under that window. I might just stick with that. Again, this is temporary, so it's going to go bye-bye. Don't worry. Get you to there. Cannot. You. 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 Okay, it's showing ore water coming in. Now we need to get the copper out. This stuff. And that we said we were going to run through a macerator, right? But I need to filter it. Right, do I need a filter inserter to get that out of there? Let's see. We have those here. Filtering robot arms. I don't know that I've made any of these. Let's get 25 of those crafted up. Might go grab some copper ingots down here while we're waiting. I can get rid of some building materials that I can come fetch later. I don't need that copper casing. I don't need those. Even lights, I could get rid of a couple of those lights just to make space. All right, back up. There, here. You. I think you I got to pick, right? Filters. What's going on? Copper or gravel. Output is busy. It's kind of strange. Filters. Do I have to drag into that or something? Let's grab this. Not crazy about that. That's all right. Boom, boom. So there's our copper or gravel. And then we said we wanted to macerate this. That's this guy. Of course, he needs power too. How many engines I got left? 5 left. Yeah, that's where this guy needs to be. Except it needs to be fed with an inserter. Do I want that like right on top? I guess. Let's try it. Move you back over this way. Not sure I want to stick with it this close, but we'll do it just for experimentation. Where are you? Looking for the macerator. Boom. There it goes. 10 seconds on you, and what do you get us? Every 7 seconds. Yeah, we're not going to have it perfectly balanced. I want to bring the gold out on this side, and I don't want to do things here, I don't think. That gets us the impure ore dust. And then we said some of that we would send through a separator. Did I make one of those? I did. Some of that we'll send through a separator and some we won't. Maybe this first batch. We will. Let's close this up. I want a splitter. We'll throw this on the belt for looks. And some of this I want to turn into copper blocks. Or no, some of this, yeah, I want to come over this way. And run this through the separator. That's you. Suppose I could put the motor here. I can't quite get it underneath here. Oh, that's all right. Just do it the easy way. Okay, why is this guy not emptying out? Copper impure ore dust. I copied the wrong inserter. I don't need a filtering one. Regular one will do. It's like a piece of hard candy. And of course we need inserters. Boom. And that one. That's our copper dust. And this is the one I think we said we wanted to actually turn into these copper blocks just for building purposes. So that one we need a steel press to make that happen, and then that's the end of that production line. Do I have a steel press? I might. There it is. Okay, what are we missing here? Got 3 copper dusts. Can you not pick up copper dust? What's going on? Oh, I gotta set a recipe on this so it knows what to build. There it is, copper dust. That's gonna come out. And for now, just in the interest of time, I'm going to move this. So, let's see. Be just into a big storage rack. About there. Boom. Now we got copper blocks. That's for the heck of it. Let's see what these look like. Can I not build with those? Doesn't look like it. What do you do with copper blocks? I don't see it. Let's grab it. There we go. Yeah, we can build with those. All right, good enough. So you can go in there. Off in the corner here, I'm just going to unload this. Boink, 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 boink. We'll let those despawn. And then with the rest of this material coming through, I actually just want to smelt it into copper. So let's have you come through. Arc furnace. And these are bigger than I remember. Boom. Arc smelter. This needs just a wire. Back on up. Might grab some copper. I've got some on me actually, but let's craft up 100 more wire. Boom, 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 boom. Kind of would like to see this entire production line start to finish, and then we'll call it an episode. This just needs power. No motor or anything. Check it out. That looks kind of cool. Every 10 seconds, you're going to do your thing. Boom. And we need to come out there. Of course, I put things in my way. Do this. Okay, what's left? What's left is we need a filter inserter over here to get the gold out. Let's copy that. That's this guy. You to copy you. Do we have any gold dust yet? We do. So I need you, I guess, in order to set the filter, which is weird. I kind of would be expecting you just to click this or right-click the filter and be able to pick from, like, this whole tree. But we'll drag both of these into the filter slot. And then we gotta find a place to store all this gold off, too. If we look at gold, maybe here. We can turn it into blocks, which we'll build with, and we'll probably do that a little bit, just for fun. We can smelt it into bars, or we can convert it into this superconductor dust. I'm guessing this is what we actually need to progress. Gold bars. Oh, there is gold wire that is used at the titanium tier for everything. That's probably what we'll end up doing. But for now, I just want to store the dust. Let's do that in some of these guys. Trying to copy the inserters, but I'm all out of them. Let's go down. I think I have some in storage. I can use these belts. Yeah, let's grab the belts. Hammer. And these inserters. Then I need to make some more inserters, it looks like. 50 of those going. Okay, so there we can store quite a bit of gold dust before this, that line backs up. There's not a whole lot of room down here. I mean, I can space this out so it doesn't look so jammed together. That's basically our production line. If we just hop up here for the heck of it to see it. So we got the raw ore coming down. It's hammered. 2 lines doing that. They feed this guy, which is going to kick out every 7 seconds. That's faster than these guys are going to be able to handle. Let's see. This is every 11 seconds. And our guy at the end of the line is every 10 seconds. We probably don't even need 2 of these hooked up. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we can get by with 1 per line. So once the ore is washed, we get gold dust going into storage for now. We get ore water, which we're just kind of dumping for now. That's going to be processed later on. We'll probably run that pipe out that wall. And we take the impure gravel, I guess it is, or no, the copper gravel. Macerate that into impure ore dust. That gets split. Some of it we process further and make copper blocks out of it, which is just a building block. It's not really used for anything. Just doing it to do it. And then the rest comes out and gets smelted. All the other lines, we'll just smelt it all. Kind of curious that that is backed up. 1 every 10 seconds. Yeah. 10 seconds. That's a little bit faster. Every 7 seconds, and this is 11. It does speed things up a tiny bit by having 2 of these lines, but I don't think I'm going to bother. I'm going to take this out. And then we can just start another production line, and another production line, and another production line, and another production line, until this copper belt runs dry, and then we'll either tap into another one of these belts on this floor, or we'll go up and do it again. Take the second belt of copper and basically duplicate this same floor. Yeah, that is it. That is, I think, going to be our design. I just need to duplicate it. It takes what? This phase is only for this first line, so this is not going to be here. The next line over is just going to go straight into an arc furnace. It's the holdup. Output is busy. Output is busy. Clear filter. Oh, what? How did this get set to that? It should be gold dust, yeah. Not sure how that happened. Process looks kind of cool. Churning the water there, washing the ore. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wide. The production line is 4 wide. And we gotta just skip 2 spaces before we start the next one. Something like that. Not bad. Yeah, we'll wrap this episode here. I'm going to expand this out a bit between episodes, and I might go do a little work over on the building materials factory as well, and work on the red brick and the dark brick. But next episode, we come back, I'll have to decide what to do. We can either go process this ore water into clay and everything else, and the clay into sand and all that other materials. Or we can start working on, we can do more work on the building materials factory, or we can get started on the iron and the iron washing and all that stuff. I gotta scale this factory up pretty significantly. Like to be making use of this copper, all this copper that we have. Upgrading the mining rigs down below on the first floor. But yeah, I'll do some work in between episodes. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this series on Evospace. What a cool game. Special thanks to patrons and channel members. Really appreciate your support. Hoping you're enjoying this series as well. If you are, let me know in the comments. Or if you have any suggestions for the builds, let me know. And with that, I'll see you all in the next episode.